is, are you the pawn or are you the player in your tech career? And what I want to do today is just take a moment and describe, first of all, what do I mean? And then also, how does this show up? Because even though you kind of might get what I mean, you're like, no, I'm the player. Like, I'm the decider. I'm the creator in my tech career. We think that we are, but yet when we really put a microscope under our behaviors and the questions that we're asking, the things that we say, the things that we complain about, really, even though you want to be the player, you want to be the leader, the creator, there's a lot of times when you just might be acting like the pawn. So here's what I mean, just to kind of paint this picture more fully, is that if your tech career, like really thinking about your tech career, planning your tech career, strategizing, thinking about, visualizing, feeling, what do you want? What does the future hold? And looking at your tech career like that from a strategic standpoint, but also from an inspirational standpoint as well. And then also, so one moment, I'll put a pin in that thought. I'll get back to that. So that's what I mean by thinking of your tech career as a game of chess. You're strategizing, but then also you're taking it a step further and you're thinking about it and feeling it from an inspirational standpoint. Your tech career is a game of chess. Are you the pawn? Are you the one that just kind of gets moved around? Are you the one that's just kind of on the front end? And really, a lot of times you're just kind of serving as blocking, right? You're serving as the sacrifice. They're like, okay, yep, I'll take one for the team. All right, I'll take another one for the team. You tell me what to do and I'll do it. You tell me to jump, I'm going to ask how high. And you're really just kind of there moving along, almost at the mercy of the player. The people are just kind of moving you around. Or are you the pawn, or are you that player? Are you the one who sees the whole board, who sees 2, 3, 4, possibly 6 or 10 steps ahead, strategizes for that, plans for it? It really takes that bird's eye view, that 30,000-foot view of what's going on in your career and makes moves that at least have the highest probability of being successful. They may not always get you the outcome that you want, especially at a micro level, because you can't always predict human behavior. You can't always predict what your opponent is going to do. But are you approaching it from the I'm the creator? I am the cause in my career. Versus that, so the cause in your career, the creator in your career, that's being the player versus the effect. Are you an effect? Are you acting as if you were an effect? Like your career is happening to you. Your job is happening to you. And you're there for the ride. You're the pawn. Which one is it? So now that I talked about it kind of more of a macro level, let's get down into the micro, shall we? Because really this is all about honesty. If you want to upgrade your tech career, if you want to command a premium salary of at least $200K a year, more if you live in the Bay Area, less if you live in not the Bay Area, or less than 200 if you live somewhere that's not a major metropolitan area. But if you want to do that and you want to build thriving, high-performing teams, if you want to build your excellence as a leader, if you want to evangelize that excellence as a leader and finally get recognized for all the value that you're adding, you're really going to have to be the player in your career, the creator, the cause. And you're going to have to take an honest look at what's going on. Like being really honest with yourself. So the way that pawn-like behaviors and questions and attitudes show up, just to give you a few examples, there are hundreds, thousands of ways that this could show up. And I encourage you to take a look at the ways that that might be showing up right now for you in your career, now that you have an understanding of what it is that I'm referring to. But just to give you a few examples. So we'll do one example if you're on, for that we hear a lot for folks who are on the job market, where people say, well, I'm not getting any interviews. Like that's kind of the biggest problem. You know, the biggest source of your struggle right now is you're on the job market either because you find yourself unemployed, maybe you got laid off, maybe you decided to leave a toxic culture, maybe you got fired, something happened, you're not proud of it, but it happened, and this is the situation that you're in right now. You're on the job market, or you've decided, you know what, I'm gonna leave a toxic culture, and maybe you're still working, but you're on the job market. Winning on the job market looks like you have a lot of leads, you have a lot of interviews, and those interviews are moving forward, and you get at least one offer, if not multiple offers, then you move forward through the negotiation process, and you negotiate an awesome salary that you feel great about, they feel great about, yoo-hoo, yay, OMG, I got the hell yes job. That's what winning looks like. So very often how we kind of gauge, okay, am I winning or not, is how many interviews am I getting? How many interviews am I going on, especially for those jobs that are really like a step up, not the ones where you're settling. Those don't count. We don't count those. If you're going on interviews for jobs where you're just settling, that's not moving forward. So we don't count those. Okay, I'm not getting any interviews. And it can kind of show up like, where are the interviews? Oh, okay, here's an interview, great. Like, here it is, they gave it to me, right? They gave me an interview. And you can sort of get into this attitude of like, where are the interviews? Or why aren't I getting any more interviews? That's not being the player. That's being the pawn. Because the pawn says, okay, you gonna move me? Like, where do you want me to go? Okay, you want me to go in an interview? Okay, great. Otherwise, you're just kind of sitting there waiting. Okay, maybe interview. You're gonna come, maybe gonna come. No, maybe, I don't know. Versus the player says, here's your interview. And here it is. The player makes the interviews appear by intentionally, purposefully networking, gaining leads, having conversations, purposely moving them forward, not by accident. And the problem that a lot of people suffer from is that you may have gotten one or two, possibly more jobs by accident. You got lucky. And you're starting to think that maybe that's just the way that it always works. Oh, wow, yeah. The first couple of jobs, you got right out of college, got another job after that. Oh, it was easy. Why is everybody talking about being on the job market is hard? Oh, I've been on the job market 3 months, 6 months, 2 months, 2 years, 10 years. We've heard these stories, folks. Do not become one of them. But years and years and years I've been on the job market. Where are the interviews? That's being a pawn. The player builds your career intentionally. Builds your interview pipeline intentionally. Another way that this shows up is, so let's say you're looking for a promotion, right? It's time for you to earn a promotion. You're ready for it. You're ready for that next level. And it's like, okay, where is it? They haven't given me a promotion yet. I'm waiting. Why hasn't it happened? And then for people that sort of say that, it's like, okay, well, how many conversations have you had with your boss about wanting a promotion? 0. So that's being a pawn. And again, for some people, you might have been battlefield promoted. Hey, I got the first promotion from, engineer to engineering manager. They just gave it to me. Oh, that's just the way that it happens all the time. Cool. Why are people complaining that it's so hard to earn more money and go into upper levels of leadership? This is easy. Or maybe you know that it's hard and you're like, how do I do this? Like, that's how it works, right? They just give you a promotion. You work somewhere for 5, 10, 15 years, and then they give it to you, right? That's a pawn. You're waiting for your career to happen to you instead of you intentionally going out there, promoting yourself, evangelizing your excellence, evangelizing the excellence of your team, continually building your excellence as a leader, and putting it out there that I would like to move to the next level, please. Can you advocate for me? That's being the player. And then one more example of how this can show up, has showed up for folks who we've talked with, some of our clients, is with another big category that we help people with, besides being on the job market and getting promotions, is not working so many hours, right? So there's a lot of folks who come to us for help who are working their butts off 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And that's the major problem, the major stressor in their work life and in their career right now. And so it's, when it comes to thinking about or talking about, well, what have you done to try to fix this, to work fewer hours? It's usually like, no, nothing. I have to, but you don't understand, Jen, I have to work this many hours. I have to do this. My team is counting on me. Oh yeah, but I have to fix this bug. Oh yeah, but my boss is gonna get mad if I don't work nights. Yeah, but I'm the only one who can do this. I'm the only one who can really get in there in the code and fix it. Nobody on my team knows how to do it. But you don't understand. That's being a pawn, because the player would take a step back and say, hang on. Like, as an example, if you're the only one who can do something, like let's say it's some super technical thing, if you're the only one who knows how to do that, that's a problem, right? So from a strategic standpoint, wouldn't it be more helpful to train other people to do that so that you don't have to anymore? By the way, you're the leader. Why are you in the code? Brief aside there for a second. But, so it's sort of like, I'm working too many hours. I don't want to work as many hours. Yeah, but I have to work these hours. That's what the pawn says. Okay, tell me to work. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll move forward. 2 spaces. I'll move back 1 space. I'll work 80-hour weeks. Sir, yes, sir. And you're doing it and you're not even realizing it. So that's another way that it kind of shows up. I mean, one other way, one more global way, just to sort of let you know how else to sort of really take a peek into your career and also your life. Like, are you being the pawn or are you being the player? Are you living your life in cause? Are you the cause or are you the effect? We want to be the cause. We don't want to just be the effect. Is when we use phrases like, oh, I hope that's what happens. I hope I get that promotion. I hope I get that raise. Oh, fingers crossed that I earn more money in 2 years. Fingers crossed that my boss will finally understand me. Fingers crossed that we can finally move to insert place we really want to move to. Fingers crossed we can finally move to Nashville. Fingers crossed we can finally move to Seattle or Boston or LA, or fingers crossed we can finally move to middle of nowhere, Colorado, where we don't have to deal with city life anymore, whatever it might be. Like, are you hoping? Like, that's your strategy, is hoping and crossing your fingers? That means you're living as an effect of everything else that's going on around you. So that's really what the larger message is here, where it's about, are you just kind of stuck in, I'm thinking of the Friends song, that you're always stuck in second gear. If it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year, I'll be there for you. It's kind of what I'm talking about, where it's, you get stuck and just life happens to you instead of you creating life, to create what it is that you want in life. And so, and I know for a lot of you, this is kind of a new concept or a new way of looking at life, or you may have been exposed to this way of looking at life through certain like philosophical or spiritual standpoints, and you may have dismissed them as too woo woo and too spiritual, and I'm not into that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, like, you could just choose to live your life and just be like, okay, it's happening to me. All right, I'm here, whatever. And you could do that. But then you're just at the whims of other people. You're at the whims of circumstance. You're at the whims of context. And you're not going to have any say and have any influence over what happens. And is that the career that you want? Probably not. You wouldn't be listening to this and watching this if you did, if that's what you wanted. So it's really about intentionally creating the career that you want through your actions, through the conversations that you have. And when you have that aha moment, that's like, oh, but how? Or I've known this already, right? I've been wanting to do this. And what I've been trying to do just hasn't been working. So if you're ready to do this, to walk on this path toward intentionally creating, being the player in your career, and you know that's going to mean stepping outside of your comfort zone, it's time to talk to the experts, and that's us. So go ahead and book a call with our team, thepeoplestack.com/book. And we're going to talk about really kind of what's been going on. How have you really, truly, let's get honest, been showing up as a pawn in your career so far? We've all done it. We've all done it many times. And if we just kind of push it aside and say, no, I'm just too ashamed of that, I don't want to talk about it, then we don't have the chance to grow beyond that. So we're going to take a look at that. Like, how have you been showing up as the pawn? How would you show up if you could be the player? And then kind of like what's missing in the middle. And that's the strategy that we can help you with. And if we can help you with that strategy, if we're 100% confident, then we're going to talk about what that would look like. But even if we can't, and maybe we steer you toward other resources, or maybe you decide that it's not time to get expert help yet, that's no problem. You're still going to leave with that strategy, with that custom tailored strategy that is going to be specific to helping you move from pawn in every area of your career, in every area of your life, to player. You're still going to leave with that strategy. So go ahead and book a call with us, thepeoplestack.com/book. That'll bring you to our calendar. Pick a time that works for you, and we look forward to talking with you soon. So the message of the day is really asking yourself, am I showing up 100% of the time as a player in my career and in my life? And if you're not, most likely you're not, because we're all flawed as humans. In what areas am I acting like a pawn, and how can I fix that so that I can more intentionally create the life, the career that I know I deserve? That's it for the day, folks. Take care.